Introduction to Programming Languages. Introduction. A programming language is a set of instructions and syntax used to create software programs. Some of the key features of programming languages include 1. Syntax, the specific rules and structure used to write code in a programming language. 2. Data types, the type of values that can be stored in a program, such as numbers, strings, and booleans. 3. Variables named memory, locations that can store values. 4. Operators, symbols used to perform operations on values, such as addition, subtraction, and comparison. 5. Control structures, statements used to control the flow of a program, such as if-else statements, loops, and function calls. 6. Libraries and frameworks, collections of pre-written code that can be used to perform common tasks and speed up development. 7. Paradigms, the programming style or philosophy used in the language, such as procedural, object-oriented, or functional. Examples of popular programming languages include Python, Java, C++, JavaScript, and Ruby. Each language has its own strengths and weaknesses and is suited for different types of projects. A programming language is a formal language that specifies a set of instructions for a computer to perform specific tasks. It's used to write software programs and applications and to control and manipulate computer systems. There are many different programming languages, each with its own syntax, structure, and set of commands. Some of the most commonly used programming languages include Java, Python, C++, JavaScript, and C. The choice of programming language depends on the specific requirements of a project, including the platform being used, the intended audience, and the desired outcome. Programming languages continue to evolve and change over time, with new languages being developed and older ones being updated to meet changing needs. Most popular programming languages: C, Python, C++, Java, Scala, C, R, Ruby, Go, Swift, JavaScript. Characteristics of a programming language. A programming language must be simple, easy to learn and use, have good readability, and be human recognizable. Abstraction is a must-have. Characteristics for a programming language in which the ability to define the complex structure and then its degree of usability comes. A portable programming language is always preferred. Programming languages' efficiency must be high so that it can be easily converted into a machine code and its execution consumes little space in memory. A programming language should be well structured and documented so that it is suitable for application development. Necessary tools for the development, debugging, testing, maintenance of a program must be provided by a programming language. A programming language should provide a single environment known as Integrated Development Environment (IDE). A programming language must be consistent in terms of syntax and semantics. Basic terminologies in programming languages: algorithm, a step-by-step procedure for solving a problem or performing a task. Variable, a named storage location in memory that holds a value or data. Data type, a classification that specifies what type of data a variable can hold, such as integer, string, or Boolean. Function, a self-contained block of code that performs a specific task and can be called from other parts of the program. Control flow, the order in which statements are executed in a program, including loops and conditional statements. Syntax, the set of rules that govern the structure and format of a programming language. Comment, a piece of text in a program that is ignored by the compiler or interpreter, used to add notes or explanations to the code. Debugging, the process of finding and fixing errors or bugs in a program. IDE, integrated development environment, a software application that provides a comprehensive development environment for coding, debugging, and testing. Operator, a symbol or keyword that represents an action or operation to be performed on one or more values or variables such as plus addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Statement, a single line or instruction in a program that performs a specific action or operation. Advantages of programming languages. 1. Increase productivity. Programming languages provide a set of abstractions that allow developers to write code more quickly and efficiently. 2. Portability. Programs written in a high-level programming language can run on many different operating systems and platforms. 3. Readability. Well-designed programming languages can make code more readable and easier to understand for both the original author and other developers. 4. Large community. Many programming languages have large communities of users and developers which can provide support, libraries, and tools. Disadvantages of programming languages. 1. Complexity. Some programming languages can be complex and difficult to learn, especially for beginners. 2. Performance. Programs written in high-level programming languages can run slower than programs written in lower-level languages. 3. Limited functionality. Some programming languages may not have built-in support for certain types of tasks or may require additional libraries to perform certain functions. 4. Fragmentation. There are many different programming languages which can lead to fragmentation and make it difficult to share code and collaborate with other developers. Tips for learning new programming language. 1. Start with the fundamentals. Begin by learning the basics of the language such as syntax, data types, variables, and simple statements. This will give you a strong foundation to build upon. 2. Code daily. Like any skill, the only way to get good at programming is by practicing regularly. Try to write code every day, even if it's just a few lines. 3. Work on projects. One of the best ways to learn a new language is to work on a project that interests you. It could be a simple game, a web application, or anything that allows you to apply what you've learned. That is the most important part. 4. Read the documentation. Every programming language has documentation that explains its features, syntax, and best practices. Make sure to read it thoroughly to get a better understanding of the language. 5. Join online communities. There are many online communities dedicated to programming languages where you can ask questions, share your code, and get feedback. Joining these communities can help you learn faster and make connections with other developers. 6. Learn from others. Find a mentor or someone who is experienced in the language you're trying to learn. Ask them questions, review their code, and try to understand how they solve problems. 7. Practice debugging. Debugging is an essential skill for any programmer, and you'll need to do a lot of it when learning a new language. Make sure to practice identifying and fixing errors in your code. Conclusion: programming languages are the fundamental building blocks of software development. They provide a structured way to communicate instructions to computers, enabling the creation of a vast array of applications from websites and mobile apps to scientific simulations and complex enterprise systems. The world of programming languages is diverse and constantly evolving, with new languages emerging and existing ones adapting to meet the ever-changing demands of technology. Each language has its own strengths and weaknesses, making it suitable for different types of applications. As we move forward in an increasingly digital world, programming languages will continue to play a pivotal role in shaping our future. Thank you for watching this video.